Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Bellator fight prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting some of the key fights for Bellator 277, McKee versus Pitbull 2. So without further ado, let's get to the first fight on the card that I'll be predicting. So in the first fight that I'll be predicting, we have in the welterweight division, Krushmer versus Michael Lombardo. I see this one right here is I just feel like this is still another one of these stepping stones for Krushmer. Michael Lombardo don't really present anything stylistically that is so interesting from Krushmer. He's got good round skill set. He's not like a guy that has no wrestling, no jiu-jitsu. He got some grappling, got some wrestling, but not nearly enough to make it interesting. Striking, not no great power, not no great technique. It's not like he no big Brock Lesnar built dude. He got some height on like 6 feet, but nothing impressive height, nothing impressive reach. Like he just like a guy that just dared to, give him something to work with. That's about it. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to give him something to work with, but Krushmer is going to dominate. I don't think Krushmer will come out there and put on a stellar performance, like, get a finish or just run through him, show such great improvements in striking. His setups and his takedowns and his grappling is going to be probably another lay and control, dominating type fight. And I seen this one, Krushmer via decision. Now to our next fight we have in the middleweight division, doublet on Yakshi Morado versus Rafael Carvalho. So I see this one right here between these two feel like it's definitely a momentum pick. Doublet on Yakshi Morado is not on the best momentum himself, but Rafael Carvalho is definitely on worse momentum right now, since losing his belt. And like he just been struggling to find that steam. Doublet on coming off like one real bad loss and one fight where he kind of just came on a little bit too late. But so it's definitely like Carvalho, like I said, riding the worst momentum and like definitely a bigger fall from champion, whereas Doublet on Yakshi Morado still like trying to come up. Like Carvalho's been there, not really going back. Doublet on Yakshi Morado at least in the contention. Like Carvalho, I don't know at this point. Maybe just trying to fight on some hope that he can still go back to be a championship level fighter. And Doublet on Yakshi Morado still trying to, as far as at this level, like, a major organization like Bellator or UFC or anything like that. Well, definitely not UFC. He's not UFC caliber, at least at the highest end. But like maybe like, I don't know, PFL level, Bellator level, get a belt at this level, or at least contend, or at least try to get in that picture at this level. But yeah. So definitely momentum pick. Doublet on Yakshi Morado has an interesting style where, kind of straddles the cage, kind of point fight a little bit and, set him counters and stuff. Not really all that aggressive, not really all that fight on the front foot, kind of fights on the back foot. And this could be, I think, a high level chess match. Very close. But I think Doublet on Yakshi Morado is going to do a little bit more and win a little bit more. And he's going to mix up. Like I said, I feel like this is a fight where both guys, have multiple tools. I think Carvalho ultimately is the more well-rounded guy, in my opinion. But I think Doublet on Yakshi Morado is going to be the guy that wants it more. He's going to be to dig deeper and going to try to mix it up. Neither guys are slouches in any area, but they definitely both prefer more so to strike than grapple. But I feel like Yakshi Morado going to mix up when needed. Probably try to look for some clinching, try to work against the cage, maybe go for a takedown or attempt a takedown, just to, ice around or edge around. It's like very close fight, very point fight. Yakshi Morado probably going to land maybe two or three more strikes. Like I said, get some cage control time here and there, maybe get like one takedown with barely in control, and then edge a very close decision over Rafael Carvalho. So in this one, I got Doublet on Yakshi Morado via decision. Now to our next fight we have in the heavyweight division, Tyrell Fortune versus Rakeem Cleveland. And how I see this fight right here between Fortune versus Cleveland is, Rakeem Cleveland, big soggy body, definitely got some power. I think the most dangerous thing about him is how fast he can get those legs up. Like, you see that soggy body, that's kind of slow, labor striking, zero wrestling defense. But then he sneaks up that big head kick on you, be out cold. But I don't think Tyrell Fortune has anything to worry about. The guy's wrestling defense is so open. I feel like Tyrell Fortune is going to be able to get him to the mat, probably pound him out in the second round. I feel like first round, he's probably going to control him, try to wear him down. Cleveland might be able to pop back up from like a takedown or two, just wearing out the energy he has. And Tyrell Fortune is more than happy to take him right back down, punch on him some more, wear on him, tight waist him, and throw some punches from there. And just really look to ride him and take the energy out of him. In the second round, probably a big overhand, rattle him a little bit, go for the takedown, pick him up, slam him down, and then just slowly work until he gets to a dominant position, and then finishes up with some ground and pound. So in this fight, I got Tyrell Fortune via second round TKO. Now to our next fight, we have in the heavyweight division, Timothy Johnson versus Linton Vasel in the heavyweight division. And I see this one right here. A momentum pick, I feel like Linton Vasel is riding the better momentum. Timothy Johnson was riding that good bit of steam after, pulling that upset off Tyrell Force, and he started to see a whole new life in his career, look better than he ever looked in his career. But now he's kind of coming on the downtrend. Not looking as good. Linton Vasel has his up and down, but he's currently riding the better steam. Johnson does present a good test for Vasel. This is not no easy cakewalk. I feel like Johnson has a wrestling background that he can kind of cause Vasel some issue. He has a size that cause Vasel some issue. He can keep this fight standing. He can definitely touch Vasel up on the feet. And Vasel definitely does not want to be wearing that true heavyweight power on his chin. He definitely does not. But I'm going to go to Linton Vasel. I feel like his grappling is more fleshed out. Johnson is more so just a wrestler and he's not even the greatest of an offensive wrestler. He's more of a dirty box against the cage type wrestler. He's not really going to be getting those takedowns like that for the most part. So I feel like Vasel is definitely more around it with his wrestling as far as in MMA, and definitely his grappling, his submission grappling inside MMA. So I feel like it'll be an awkward kind of fight. It's a heavyweight fight. Vasel's not really the best striker. He's not really the most textbook anything. But I feel like Vasel's going to be able to get those takedowns. I feel like he's going to be able to do more with those positions. I feel like Johnson might get a takedown but do nothing with it. Vasel probably been good offense off his back, probably been working to get some reversals off his back. Not really much success because Johnson's just so big and heavy. But at least to get himself back to the feet, they'll probably look to go for his own takedown. But when he gets a takedown, I feel like Vasel will do more, especially if he secures more takedowns. Like the first takedown probably going to be a struggle and to get him down, to hold him down, because Johnson's fresh, he's big, he's strong, he got a wrestling background. But later ones, be able to establish more control. And I feel ultimately he's going to be able to tap him out in the second round. Like I said, they both strong, both got the ability to take each other down. But Vasel has that other element where he has that submission ability. Johnson's best thing is help to touch his, put that power on Vasel's bald head, his pea head, and, rattle that brain. That's his best hope. But Vasel, if he could establish some control on the ground for a little bit of time, he could work with some submissions, land some vicious ground and pound, got some smooth transitions that's not really a heavyweight. It's not like he's truly a heavyweight. He's really a light heavyweight. So he's bringing skills up that, aren't too common in this current era of heavyweight. So just take him down, be the transition, and then just start to flat him out in the second round, have more success and more established control. Take the back, flat him out, land some ground and pound, then sink in the rear naked choke and tap out Timothy Johnson in the second round. So in this fight, I have Linton Vasel via second round submission. Now to our next fight, we have in our co-main event in the featherweight division, Pico versus Adil Edwards. And how I see this one right here, so they pretty much swapped this guy nobody knows about, Adil Edwards. They swapped him out. This guy that nobody knows about, they put him in this fight, basically, kind of just not really even the greatest replacement, but same applied. You put a guy in there that really isn't a threat for Pico stylistically. If Pico was a guy that had submission issues, maybe. If Pico was a guy that was so untechnical, maybe. But Adil Edwards doesn't have really any punching power. He's not a knockout artist. He's not no veteran, so he has less experience. He don't have that power threat. We had to touch Pico's bell. Doesn't have no great wrestling background. It's what does he really present for Pico? Nothing. Pico literally outclasses his man in every single aspect. And if Pico wants to go back to that style where he just spread his chest wide open and swing these big hooks and big bombs and just go for the knockout, he could go back to that because he don't have to worry too much about Adil Edwards. I'm not advising he does it, but I'm saying he really got too much worries and concerns in this fight. I feel like Pico goes out there, whether he gets it done on the mat early or gets it done on the feet early, I think he does it early, get Adil Edwards out there right in the first round. I think he just walks him down, touches him up, hurts him, follows him to the ground, and puts him out within under 3 minutes in that first round. So in this fight, I have Pico via first round TKO. Now on to our next fight, we have, this is the co-main event. Sorry about that. This is the co-main event. That was not the co-main event, but our co-main event for the undisputed light heavyweight title of Bellator, we have Vadim Nemcol versus Corey Anderson, and high season right here between these two. So you got Corey Anderson, who has a win over the current UFC light heavyweight champion in Glover Teixeira. And, argumentally, good argument that he could still beat him the same exact way they fought today. So technically, he could be the UFC champion if all things lined up, but that's besides the point. Vadim Nemcol versus Corey Anderson. How I see this one right here is, I think Corey Anderson, I tried to pause and I still coughed on camera. Coughed on video, but I edit that out. Pause it one more time, then I'm going to cough again. But yeah. I don't know where to edit at this point, but it's kind of confusing, but matter of fact, it's not even that confusing. Nothing was even said, but here we are. Yeah, I feel in this one, Corey Anderson presents some good threats for Nemcol. He definitely presents some good threats for Nemcol. I feel like the striking to the extent he does when he's not getting sloppy, which is I feel like it's ultimately going to be his undoing in this one. So as you already know, I'm going with Nemcol. 4th round TKO. If that's all you wanted for this video, that's it. You could exit out right there. But I'm gonna say not 4th round, 3rd round. So you weren't able to leave just yet. But now you can leave. 3rd round TKO for Nemcol is my prediction. But yeah, I feel like Corey Anderson sometimes had these mental lapses out there as far as striking. His cardio, undeniable. His heart, undeniable. Fight IQ at times very questionable. Mental lapses, questionable. But striking, you got some questions in there. But wrestling, you really got too much big questions with wrestling. At least at this level. Maybe you go Olympic level, world class. There's probably a lot of questions because, like I said, it's a different breed of wrestling. But MMA wrestling, ain't no questions at all. His wrestling solid, striking, well, his pace is solid, cardio solid, heart solid, chin questionable. It's like some things questionable. Most things, yeah. They're going with Nemcol. I feel like he can cause Nemcol some issues with his pacing and with his wrestling, with his striking, with his boxing. But I feel like it's gonna be a very back and forth fight. Nemcol gonna probably be slamming some kicks into those scrangly looking legs of Corey Anderson, probably ripping the body and try to bring some of those kicks up top. Because Corey Anderson has a bad tendency of dropping those hands and getting lax out there or staying in striking range too long. So he has an issue with that. But like I said, I feel it's gonna be a very competitive fight. Corey Anderson getting takedown. Not saying he'll get no takedown where he just dominating Vadim Nemkov early, but like get some decent takedown, some decent work on the ground. With Nemkov actively scrambling, looking to work back to his feet, being patient, but very competitive. Probably Corey Anderson probably leading 3-1 on takedowns through the first 2 rounds. And probably having 3 minutes of control time over the course of those 2 rounds. Very close rounds in those first 2 rounds. And then 3rd round probably be Corey Anderson's best round, but then he's gonna start to get lax, start to feel himself a little bit, start to be looking at his work a little bit too much. And Nemkov's gonna take advantage of those opportunities, or take advantage of that opportunity where Corey Anderson starts to get a little bit lax, catch him with a counter, then probably have him wobble a little bit, then bring a kick up top, knock him off his feet, fall him to the ground, land some ground and pound, and put him away in that 3rd round. So I feel very competitive fight in this one. But Corey Anderson's those mental lapses are going to be his undoing again. I feel, or when he gets lax out there, Nemcol gonna be ready to take advantage of it and ready to completely shift the momentum and put an end to this fight. So in this fight, I got Vadim Nemcol via 3rd round TKO. Now to our main event, we have in the featherweight division for the undisputed featherweight title belt in Bellator, AJ McKee Jr. versus Patricio Pitbull 2. So how I see this one right here is McKee, once again, still the younger man. Fieri has had some time to, let his head come back, let his senses come back, train, probably look at the tape and study McKee some more. Really come in here motivated for the second fight. Still picking him to lose in this one. But definitely think he'll come in more game. I don't think he'll get run through in the first, as quickly as he did in the first fight. I feel like it'd be a very, actually competitive fight this time around. But still, AJ McKee getting the finish, but a little bit later, 3rd round finish. What I feel is one early round, be a little bit of filling out process. Fieri gonna fight a little bit smarter. He's not gonna, or at least a little bit more tentative, given how the first fight went. And I'm not saying Fieri's ever a tentative guy. The man has had his loss, has had his setbacks, but the man always comes gun blazing, ready to unload those bombs on people. But like I say, he's not gonna be come out here timid. Is not the thing. He's gonna come out there, really trying to set up his shots and be mindful of his defense. And McKee's gonna be looking at those kicks and use that range and use that speed, use that length, and try to load up those arms of Fieri so he can't come in and try to set those bombs. Or probably try to throw some inside kicks, throw some high kicks, and then when Fieri tries to close that range or maybe try to level change and go for a takedown, be quick to threaten with some neck chokes, or I check with some Doris's high elbow guillotines, and just really look to threaten that neck every single time Fieri level changes, and probably even combine that with a knee to the while he's going for the submission, probably control Fieri's posture and land some knees to the head from that position. And keeping Fieri honest so he can't just go for takedowns, can't just go in there and try to come inside without getting hit with something in the back. You try to go for a takedown, you get in the knees, you meet in chokes, and you just standing sitting at kicking range, or you sitting just on the outside a little bit, getting your legs kicked, getting your hands loaded up by the high kicks of McKee. So fill out process through the first one, but McKee taking that with his length, his speed, his volume, diversity. Second round probably a little bit closer, but still probably McKee round. The 3rd round, McKee's gonna have him figured out, start to have him set up, and then by that 3rd round, he's gonna have control of him in a way. He's gonna know what he's looking for, how he's reacting to different shots, and then I think again he's gonna have him looking low, to catch him on top with a head kick, rattle Fiore, put the volume on him. And then when Fiore tries low change for a guillotine, try low change for a takedown. But yeah, after he has him hurt, attacks that neck. I think Pitbull gonna try to roll out. In that chaos, in that scramble, McKee's gonna be able to take his back, secure the back mount, secure the hooks, work some punches, sink in the rear naked choke, flatten him out, and tap him out in that third round. So in this fight, I got AJ McKee via third round submission. And that concludes my fight predictions for some of the key fights for Bellator 277, McKee versus Pitbull 2. And as always, thanks for watching.